Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and we have smoke a-belching from all of the factories. It's hard to see the mountains in the distance for all of our progress. we're like a we're like a Chinese city over here with all the smog, right? In any event, let me turn on our HUD, and we sort of have a problem because I got halfway into fixing things and just sort of stopped. So what I want to do real quick, I don't know, what is this guy doing? I want to get him to start exporting some stuff because we are, kind of running out of money, but even more importantly, we're not using our new system yet, and we're not using the old. So let's go ahead and say get clothing and get it out of here. Right, unload. Yeah, start. Actually, you know what? I like to leave this on anything when they're going to custom houses, just so I know that they're going to a custom house and not some regular stop. Though I might stop that tradition. Right, that'll give us a little bit of room. Now, do we want to take, what do we have going on here? Just so you know, here we should be really close to getting this done. 200 work days. So this is going to be so we can do a little bit of, this is going to be where we take the prefab panels and bricks from here to the domestic. And then all of the stuff is going to export from here. So this is just about done, but I really wanted to not waste too much money, right? Because this is just about going to stop us at that point. So I think the other thing we could probably do for now is take another one of these guys out of here and maybe put him on the export route too. We should only, well, what do we have? Oh, this is the food. We do have this guy doing his thing. Yeah, this episode should mostly be about distribution, though. I think we might get distracted. Yeah, so this guy is fine. Let's see. What are you doing? Yeah, this is kind of fine, too. This guy's just doing the local distribution. And then he goes out to Lykov House. Yeah, I mean, this guy's fine, too. Where's the one we just added? There it is. That's the one I want to... Alright, let's take that guy and do... this, right? Okay, so now we'll have 2 extra trucks on here exporting things. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, but at least, it's not going to overflow completely. This guy will start exporting a bit more, buy us a little bit of time. Like, our money has been going down. We've been doing construction, so I'm sure there's a few mechanical components or electrical components, but nothing that should be significant. I haven't started anything else new. We do have this that we're working on. We got one person working on it anyway. The stuff up here is just taking forever and a day, again, because of the concrete and asphalt being so far away. How is our gravel holding up, by the way? I don't think we have any trucks coming in here. It's holding up okay for the moment. And then we have this guy, and again, we're just waiting on concrete and asphalt. So this is something I decided to do after the fact, and by that I mean I got a suggestion from Pietro, and it's not a bad one. I want to try to see, like, he did say, oh, well, you can take crops directly from the fields with this, which I would like to experiment with, because we could possibly make the farm slightly more efficient if we could gather crops from here. Not that I'm that worried about it. Our problem with the crops is that this stays too full, right? So, if we have too many crops on this field, in a sense, it's not about the efficiency of the farm, it's that this is full. So it's, our trucks are doing what they can to get them off the field, but if this is full, then there's only so much they can get off the fields. However, if you could increase the number of, if we look at our thing, right, we do 3, 4, 5, 3 sowers, 4 trucks to transport the crops, and 5 combines. You could do another combine or 2, and then another sower or 2, and then not have these trucks in the farm. So we'll do a little experimenting with this. And even if that doesn't work out, I don't think this will be a bad place to have some extra distribution capability. And really, we could even maybe get rid of this one if we could switch the functionality over to this. Now, I'm not sure when it comes to these distribution offices, is there a limit to the number of these things that we can set up? This is the medium, I guess it's called, yeah, medium versus the small. Right, so this only holds 5 trucks. So we'll see how we do with, like, the capability of holding more trucks. and just again some little bit extra room to experiment with the crops at that point. So good. So we're in pretty good shape as far as that goes. And then these guys are just plugging away, our rail construction crews. I haven't done anything with them, and they're just, they've gotten up to here, but it takes them longer and longer to go. And I'm just, why mess with them? We're kind of focusing on other things. And then, oh, good, look, we got this done. Okay, perfect. But you know what, before too perfect, let's go all the way over here. I just want to check on what's going on here. It's been a little while, even though I'm doing these back to back. Yeah, so we're working on this. We need what? Workers. Why is there people coming? We should have a bus, right? Well, probably we're just taking workers other places, I would think. Oh, people's flats. Okay, so this is good. Down here, everything looks completed except for the flats, and that's just kind of a big project. Yeah, it's sort of a shame. Well, it's not a shame, but 500 and so. I thought that might have been an 8. That's all right. Oh, no, that's workers. I think there might be 800 people that can live in these houses. But anyway, we'll see. But it is, I guess the negative thing about building this first is just that it is such a massive project to get done first. Like, would we have been better off just building a little house over here just to get things going? Now, one thing we could do over here, let's stay focused on our logistics. We need to get that going because of this, but we need to do footpaths is what I was gonna, because we can get this going. But we got plenty of time to come back for that. And I think I showed you guys last, we do have firefighters here, maybe too many. Hopefully the buses are spaced out pretty well. And look, they stopped going to get stuff. Now there is another problem that I've noted, and I'm not sure how to handle this exactly, but we are not bringing clothing down to here because this limited amount thing, right? Because I say, okay, purchase this, right? And then let's come back over to here. Here, right? So this is where they would leave from. And the problem is, unless this is below 70%, which we're at higher than that. So we have to make sure that this can dip down below that percentage. Does that make sense? And I really, really wish, I don't know why they just won't listen to me. Why? I would love to do like a shift thing and be able to buy like decimal points of this stuff. I don't want to buy 2 tons of clothing. I don't want to buy 2 tons of food. I just want like the minimum, like a half a ton or something. Then I wouldn't have to do as much of this goofy stuff. But so anyway, we probably want to keep these numbers up even higher when it comes to these clothing things being dropped off and delivered, right? So, and then let's just go and see, the reason I have this up is it gives these trucks time to get over there, but maybe we don't need to worry about that anymore, right? So we could just take that off of limit the amount, and then this will be below, and then there we go, the trucks are going out. So I think that's what we need to do, is maybe take those off of there, right? Take off limit the amount. And then it just, now again, does that cause other problems? We're about to find out, right? So we'll see. And then the other thing I'd like to do is see about getting more food made. That's not necessarily to do with this, right? So we don't want to limit the amount here either. Now, one of the other things I did for the sake of the construction office here was take one of these covered halls out of over here. So we do need to maybe buy some more covered halls, but we kind of also need them for our construction offices. Yeah, how are we doing here? 93? Okay, good. So we're not... All right, so let's go get this going. And I hope last episode wasn't confusing for people. But what I want to do now is I want to take 2 of these trucks. All right, let's get rid of this truck's plan at all right? So this truck is going to come from here and drop off whatever it can into here. Right? And then it's going to come over to here. So you're going to load and wait, right? Just in case there's none in the factory. Do we need... I don't even want you to wait here, right? So we just want you to drop off, unload whatever you can in that little storage. And then I want you to unload whatever you can as far as prefab panels in this one. And we'll get started. All right, and then we're going to do the same exact thing, except for with the bricks. Now, the bricks needs to come from here. Yeah, are we even going to use this? For now, no. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to say you're going to go from there to here, just because it's a shorter drive, and then you're going to come down to here, right? And you're going to do the same thing. You can wait for bricks at the factory, but then don't wait here, and don't wait there. All right. Now we might even want to put 2 trucks on there. It sort of depends on how much, because it is a fairly long run. And then we should talk about what we do with these. Maybe we just export all those bricks for now, or we just leave them sit there. And we do have this one other truck here. All right, and then, so what that should do is should get, yeah, let's do this. We'll limit the amount. All right, and we'll do all bricks. Hit minus. And then do 50-50. All right, so we should end up with half bricks, half prefab panels in there. Good. So what's happening now is, even though it's a little bit of a waste of gas, we could have done it more efficiently had we thought it through better, but we're learning, right? So this is going to be that. Now this, we already have this truck, which is driving back and forth between the steel mill and here. And then what I want him to do is, after he unloads there, I want him to come down here and unload steel, right? Don't wait. Yeah, don't wait at either of those 2 places, but you can wait at the steel mill loading. All right, so we'll just see how that goes as far as a balancing thing goes. And then, if you look, let's, we should have at least a truck. So your job is to go from the steel mill to the storage to here. Let's see, what are you? You're a bricks guy. Where are you? Yeah, so you're just coming like right over here. You know what? You're confusing me a little bit. Oh, well. Are you him? Oh, you're him. You're just sitting in there. Okay, good. You know what? Let's get rid of that so it's not confusing. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now, yeah, you're the prefab panels guy. You're the new bricks guy. And you should be the export guy. So we have this guy who's just running back and forth to export anything, right? So load anything, unload anything. Perfect. So very minimal, right? Just 1 truck to each function, and then coming into here. So if this starts filling up with stuff like it is with prefab panels, we may want to put another truck on the job, right? So now what we have to do is figure out this, right? So you're going to load in 2 different places, right? So what is this? Open storage. Where are you? Okay, so now we don't want that. All right. So this is the stuff for export. So what we want is, you're either going to come into here to get steel or wood. All right. We'll keep the wood truck dropping off stuff there, and then this guy will distribute it if necessary. And then we want you to come into here and get prefab panels or bricks. All right, so, you know, if it's above, well, I don't know. Should we do above 10%, or does it wait for a full load on its own? Right, and then we got to talk about, like, well, where would we distribute these things to, right? So we're going to come down and we're going to say, okay, well, definitely I want you to bring stuff to here. Right, this building is already assigned. And what do we want you to bring? Well, bricks, any of those 3 things. We don't want them to bring wood all the way back here, right? And then, so we'll go over to here. Yeah, and so, like, I want you to drop stuff. Oh, wait. Load. No, unload. And we do have to be careful. Unload. All right, we don't want him to bring wood back this way either, so we might not even just take the wood off of here as a possibility for now, right? So that's the distribution to there, and then see, this is where I get into the question. Like, we don't have a distribution here, but I would then add this guy, right? And again, yeah, we take the wood off, and then the question is it better to do another distribution, right? Like, well, we already have a distribution here that's going out to get the stuff. All right, let's just make sure we have that set up within our new boundaries, right? So, yeah, this is... Yeah, so you're saying go to this storage here, which is this one, just so you guys know. So that's good. So this one will take stuff to this Zyvgrimen, which is a big one. And then this one will pull stuff out of there. Right? Yeah, Zyvgrimen, whatever. And then it's also could go get gravel, and you're going to bring the stuff back and unload it in the aggregate storage, the warehouse. Why is the warehouse? Do we have a load, the warehouse? We could go to the sawmill and get that. I don't think we need this. Right, there's nothing to unload in the warehouse. So I'm going to get rid of that just so it's not confusing. Right, so this is all about open halls. There's no warehouse thing involved with this. Now, there might be in the future, right? But we'll have to see how we distribute the food. Again, do you push your stuff or do you pull your stuff? So in this case, we kind of have a little bit of both, right? This I would consider pushing, right? You're going to push supplies out of here as a way of looking at it. Maybe, I don't know if everybody likes that wording, but I do. I like the way I think of it. So this is a pushing supply where we're saying, okay, go to here, select all. Oh, no. Well, you know what? Let's make sure we're looking at the right one, right? Yeah, no, steel. Okay, good. So now the question is why aren't these guys delivering stuff? Is it because we're just full? Now, this could definitely be a lot higher, right? Yeah, the highest we can do is 90. Okay. Which sort of makes sense, which I wonder why you could do 0. I guess, I don't know. Maybe it won't go. There we go. So see, once now we raise that up to 90, they'll go start filling the other ones up. Great. Perfect. I don't know what they're going to get, and I don't know where they're going to bring it to, but that's good, right? And then in the meantime, we have these trucks, and I know it's a bit of a goofy system in a certain way. Like, it could have been laid out better, but there we go. See, we have prefab panels and bricks in here. Once this gets filled up by these trucks, then they'll bring the excess over to here, which that one truck will then export, and then bada boom, bada bing, and I'm happy. All right, so how are we doing over with this? What we need here to get all this to function well is to get this darn guy done, and yeah, we're waiting on concrete. Oy, oy, oy. All right, how are we doing over here? Yeah, well, we got buildings without power supply. Really? Not. Oh, we're still constructing this too. Oh, you know what? I cut this off for the sake of getting this and this built, but it's just slower than saying. Again, and concrete's the issue here. And then I was thinking, well, if we get done the other projects, then we can start shifting some of the effort. But we really haven't gotten done like all of these other projects that we want to get done down here. Now, we could start buying more vehicles, but I don't know. I didn't want to go nuts with the whole buying vehicles thing. Now, hopefully, eventually, they'll... It doesn't seem like we have that much effort to get this guy done. And what that'll do is let us get rid of this guy. All right, so we can run our railroad track right through there, which I'm in no hurry. But really, what we want is this People's Flats, which I see we are making some progress on. Now, is there anything down here? Now, we got power here. We've got the shopping center. So we need to get distribution going to here. All right. Yeah, so let's think about how we would do that. Right now, we're not purchasing anything. It's probably a good Yeah, we don't want to limit the amount, I think. I think we just want to leave it like that. Now, I'd hope that that doesn't cause other problems, right? Oops, I didn't mean to close that. Yeah, look, we are bringing more clothes into here. That's great. So let's go ahead and just include... Let me open this guy again. I'm just going to try to include this. So this might make it... I'm hoping that this system makes it easier. Oh, we already had it open. Great. All right, so let's head back down there, right? So I should be able to just, like, add this guy, wherever the add button is, right? Load. And, yeah, I don't... Boom, boom, right? So let's go back up here and just see, does that send a truck out? Building is without power supply. I don't know if that's... Every new building I build is without power supply. All right, now are you heading down there? Yeah. All right, let's take a look at something else just because it's bothering me. And it could be part of the reason we're losing money, to be honest. We're just not getting many people in here. And I really would like to. So let's do a couple things. And I thought about this at one point a little while ago. I want to take all of the buses off of here. I just want to pretty much get rid of this bus platform as a possibility. So... the construction office, yeah, let's go here. All right, you're going to get your workers now. Jeez, can't see. From this train station. And now, as long as the train station doesn't have a footpath that they can easily get to, that shouldn't cause a problem. Right, there we go. So that should get rid of this bus from being an issue. And then these guys are going to the rail construction office. And I want to do two things with this one. I want to change this, right, to here. No. Right, train platform, just load. But I only want you to be like half full. Right, I don't want you to be fully full. Get rid of that. So you're going to go to the train platform and then just unload, not students. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. Did you get the... yeah, so he'll have the same thing. Kind of worked out. He should be heading over to the rail construction office first. Right, hopefully these guys are fairly well spread out. Nothing I can do about it. But they're constructing. I mean, it's a little bit different when it's your rail construction office. Like, I mean, it's good to have a good steady flow, but it's not quite as annoying when it comes to this. So now what I want to do is get rid of these guys from going to the small bus platform. 42%, right? So we're going to remove the small bus platform and add that train platform somewhere around 42%. Seems to be working. 41%, right? And I think this guy still has people. Nope, train platform. Was it this one? Yep, train platform. I think we're all good to go. Yep, train platform. Now, eventually, I would also like to build another house over here. I think we could use the people. Now that we did that, I know that all of our workers, we shouldn't have anybody workers waiting here. Right, unless, well, let's see if it dies off, right? Yeah, nobody should be going there. Well, you know what, we could just turn it off. Right. Yep. Okay, good. I think those people have just been sitting there since before. So that should get no buses or trains should be coming in here. Everybody should be good to go. And yeah, we could probably even get rid of this and put a nice statue of me right there, like in all of my glory, right? Yeah. So now, are we getting, like, why are we not getting people over to the food, right? That was all about, there we go. We do have a few people in the food. Is it just that all of the buses aren't Or all, see, that train doesn't have any people after it drops off everybody needed here. And there's no way to prevent them from coming over here, necessarily. Right, is that part of the problem? Is it this dual... Oh, wait, you know what? I did hear that maybe this added... Ooh. Can we add more? Let's see. Right, so we have... Yeah. Yes. All right, did we get them all? Yeah, there you go. All right, so we don't need to have this bus platform in here anymore. Cool. You know what? Thank you for whoever left that comment. And guys, I don't mention your names a lot of times in the comments because I get it wrong, and then I feel really bad. But you know who you are if you left a comment. And if you're curious about who left the comment, you know, I don't delete many of them ever. I mean, I think I have a couple, but they were just because they were ignorant. And there was a little bit of a comment picking on French people. And while it's funny for us English speakers or English people, I'm not an English person per se, to make fun of the French. It was a little tiny bit on the borderline. I mean, I understand the joking. It's just unfortunately with the way YouTube is, it's just such a pain in the butt platform, right? All right, so let's even this out as far as like trying to get people to be. All right, so if we were to, yeah, biofuel plants the minimum, and then we kind of need about the same amount. Maybe, right, you need 100 here for 80 at each of these. So I guess the fabric factory, if anything, should have a little bit more. All right, 16, 15, 11, 12, 12, 12. All right, and then we can get rid of this altogether. And then what I like about that is that now we could come in here and limit the number of people if we wanted to force some of them. This is where, you know, I certainly have a debate as to what's the best thing to do. Because, and here's the reason, we don't have much control over this get out 79% thing, right? So if we knew how many people, like, because this is just a dumb way to do it. It doesn't get out 79% of the people in the train. It gets the 79% of the total, which is just, I don't know how much dumber a way you could have thought of doing that, right? Like, see, it doesn't get out 79% of 53 workers. It gets out 79% of 150 workers. Duh. You know, like, I don't know. It's just dumber than dirt as far as I'm concerned. Now, that's not that many people we actually have coming in here, which is a bit concerning too. So let's take this down. Yeah, I'm going to take this down to half full on all of these and just see if that... Right, we'll take this one down to 50. Let's just see if that doesn't start forcing some people over. It might not. Right, because we really don't... We're not at those... Well, see, this one is... See, and I'm wondering if we weren't getting more people because of that bus stop thing. All right, so we'll take this down to 40. Let's take this down to 40. Take this down to 50. All right, so we have it on 79% drop off, which again, I mean, do you guys agree that that's like about the dumbest way you could possibly do this? Now we're only getting 40 some workers here. Do we have another problem? One citizen can't get clothes. Yeah, that's... Well, you should be able to get clothes. If anything, you should have a problem with food. And why are you not... Purchase food, but why is the food down below 2? Right? Is it just a... Maybe it's just a grouping thing, like it only doesn't buy it instantly, constantly. I don't know. That's a little weird that it's letting it go down below that. Okay, so anyway, close, culture, and unable to get meat. Okay, so you're just struggling to get to a store is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you know what? Let's up this. I wonder if we just don't have enough sellers. All right, and then where are we getting our sellers from? Yeah, we'll see. And this might be where we start turning off one of these buildings. Right? Like, because we're getting enough people here that we're sort of at a maximum. And when we're at the maximum, that's when I start not doing it this way anymore, right? Like, because what I'll do is just say, this whole thing is not going to be decided for. Now, what I don't want is them heading over to the train station, right? Like, you know, so hopefully they'll pick, you know, the closer things and do it well. So we'll take this off, and Evgeny should be pretty happy that I did that, I hope. Right, so hopefully that'll get a few more people deciding where to work, and they'll do a better job of my micromanaging. And like I said, now that we're kind of at like just full stop people, and you know, we don't have two different locations for them to go to. We could even maybe destroy this bus stop. You know, when we had two locations that were not adjustable, we'll just have to see what happens. Yeah, so let's see. Is that store? Okay, good. Yeah, so now I'm just looking for why we might not have more people at the bus stop. Well, we got 110 now. Well, we might just want to get another tram going. I mean, they should be pretty well spaced out, but it doesn't mean the people are going to be well spaced out, right? And it doesn't mean they're within an hour, so we might be losing some people for that. Yeah, you know what, trams aren't that expensive. Let's go, I open that up so I know which tram to get. All right, let's go, before we can't buy them anymore. I should have checked that too, because, right, okay, 1992, so we should, oh no, we want LM, yeah, this one, 1992 anyway. All right, so let's copy. All right, close that. Yeah, so that, even though, and we did say that it was taking over an hour, so the most that these people will sit here and wait is 1 hour. So by putting that extra tram on there, we should have one within the hour. Now what we have to do is make sure they're not backing up, and if they are, we're going to shorten this gap a little bit if we need to, like our spacing gap. But let's just see what happens there. Geez, time flies. It's already a half hour into it. We don't have this done, and we don't have this built yet. So I think in the next episode, I'm going to wait till that. Plus, I want to get some of your comments about this whole thing. How are we doing here with our clothing? Good. We're holding our own on exporting it, right? And yeah, I mean, we should be exporting to each of the stores. Are we? Let's just go. You know, it's been a little while since we looked at our economy. Yeah, look, plus, okay, what are we at? April 26th. So we're a good chunk into this month, but let's go look at last month because it's usually more representative. Now, why did we lose so much last month? Yeah, food, right? So we really want to up the amount of food that we're producing and distributing, right? And we just have no people in here still. All right, well, we put the other train in, so we're going to see if that helps. We cut down on the number of workers that would go to these places. Are you going to let some people out? Yeah, good. So you'll get a few more workers there. And we could, yeah, the food factory should get the bulk of them. Like, it's fine that we make alcohol, but I want that to be like a secondary thing. So I'm going to work on getting the food up, because if you look, that's $36,000 it's costing us, and it's not like we're already making it. And it's not that like making it is that much more efficient until you consider that purchasing it, like say here, is costing us an extra, right? If we come into here, you know, because we haven't set it up. Oh yeah, you know what? We need to, it's costing us 153 extra rubles per ton to get that dropped off. Now rubles are becoming less and less valuable for us just because of inflation, but so you can't like compare that to the very beginning, but still, you know, what does food sell for? No, not loan. Yeah, we're hopefully done with loans. If we go to food, 500. So you figure that's like a good, you know, almost 30%. Well, if we had to buy it, it's 600, but it's still a good like 25% surcharge for having it delivered. So, you know, it's certainly going to benefit us if we can start making more of our own food and getting it sent up to here and then distributed. Now, is this guy? Yeah, are they distributing the food? I guess we could take a look at all the related vehicles and not the Lyckoff warehouse. Let's see. Can we look at what these guys are doing? I guess we could do this, right? So you're doing clothing. Yeah, you're taking some food out. Yeah, so I think the problem is keeping this above 10%. At some point, I'll do a little experiment to see if it... Like, I'd like that to be above 10% because then they'll do it. So maybe these other ones just don't need... They just don't need food. Yeah, well, these guys are purchasing. So why is this guy not... Like, we're purchasing food here, and yet we're not delivering it. Eggenham Shopping Center... Unload food if below this percentage. Right? We don't really want it at 90%, or is it... I'm afraid that they're going to have screwed this whole distribution thing up so it doesn't work that well. Right? Is it... Like, what is the reason that we're not dropping off food? Because it's just piss poor programmed? Like, or am I missing something? You know, tell me I'm missing something. Like, let's take that down to 0. You know, like, why aren't we bringing food to here? Is there any vehicle on the way? Maybe that's it. Nah, that's just, that's our old truck that we really theoretically need to... Yeah, we should probably take this guy off the clothing run. Let's just send him over to here for now, right? Because, yeah, we should take him off the clothing run. Actually, no. You know what? Cancel going to there, but we don't want you to go here. We don't want you to go here. So is the problem that, you know, like if we had to limit the amount, let's get rid of all of this clothing. I know it's a waste, but let's take it down to 4. I have no doubt that these guys probably didn't program this that well. I don't know why. I'm just very skeptical about their distribution system being that good. So now, are you sending a truck out to go take food over there? All right. I don't want to take off purchase of food, then we'll have no food whatsoever. But none of these trucks... All right, this one... Oh, this is to the shopping center. Now, this is working there. No, he's going to... Yeah, this is to the... He's not taking food. No. No. Oh, this guy is. Okay. Okay, so he is taking food over there, but look, we have to purchase it in the meantime. Now, was he doing that before I screwed with this? So let's take this back off and see. All right, now he's only loading 30%. Yeah, I don't know. All right, where are you? Like, why is it taking you so long to... Yeah, where were you coming from that you're driving up from that way? Maybe... I don't know. I don't understand why this guy isn't getting sent out. Does he have, like, clothes in him or something? No. It's just probably not done very efficiently. And again, maybe I'm just being mean. Yeah, this guy's out of fuel. Yeah, this guy's heading to the warehouse to go get the load. And I don't like that he's only taking 30%, but see, that's another thing. Like, sure, in the old way of doing it, you had trucks that could have been driving around a little stupidly, but this is kind of driving around stupidly too, right? Because now he's going to drive over there with only 30% load. That's not very efficient either for other reasons. Right? Okay, so well, let's just see what happens. At least we figured out that it was, I don't know if it was something I did, but maybe that guy was on the way and somehow I missed it. But yeah, thinking about it, there's an inefficiency with these distributions if they're going to send out 30% loads. Yeah, so let's up this guy back to greater than 10% just for the sake of it. I don't care if there's a little food. I'd rather them always take a full load out of there. But yeah, if he's going to drive over, well, yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe it's because I turned that down. I'm curious to see. I'm just curious to see what happens with this when I take this back off and limit the amount. Because I have a feeling that they're just... See, this should have been sending food out here. Yeah, and then if you do this, the problem that I don't like about this is you're going to bring 2 tons of food at a time. Right? And now it won't bring any food until you sell off the clothing. Yeah, it's... I'm not sure that I like the distribution things, but we'll get into that next time. We're 40 minutes in, and let me know what you think of them, but I'm not thinking that they're that great at this moment. I think they have their serious weaknesses. I'm not saying they won't have their uses, but they're not the best thing since sliced bread, is my opinion, as far as that goes. My old method was not perfect with a truck sitting here all the time, but it was a lot more gas efficient than this guy driving back with 30% loads all the time, right? Like we would go take one trip up here, fill up, and then we come back here and we sit in our thing. So it's a little bit more costly as far as trucks go, but yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking I don't like it, but let me give it a fair shot, right? And well, guys, let me know what you think, like I said, and we will come back and do more distributing. And are we getting... Yeah, I'll probably come back when this house is built. We can celebrate our new town of Trigolnik. Yeah, we're really pretty close anyway, right? Or reasonably close. We got a bit more concrete to get in here. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.